Andrew Luck's retirement announcement still sinking in around the league today, as was the reaction to it by some of the fans in Indianapolis who booed as he left the field for the final time. Aaron Rodgers among the people who did not take kindly to that, describing his reaction on the radio today with one pretty powerful word.
A little disgust maybe at the way that it was handled, him getting booed. The word leaking out the way that it did. He's put himself through a ton just to get back on the field. And when we think about the injuries that he's had over the last 3 or 4 years, and I think that's kind of what he said, that, it's just rehabbing every single day and dealing with pain and having to do so much to try and get back out there just kind of wore on him mentally. And I can totally relate to that, having a couple major injuries myself where you miss a ton of time. Those are tough days. And I think he should be championed and appreciated.
Well, it's his life. Everyone has the right to choose what they want to do. And, he had a great career, and he was a great player. So everybody wishes, they could be healthy all the time. And it's a very, it's a contact sport. And he's, certainly had his fair share of injuries. So, guys retire at different times. Some at the end of the season. I've seen a lot of guys retire before the season gets going, and this is just one of those examples.
That's Tom Brady's voice there on the radio earlier today. This is J.J. Watt's tweet with some thoughts on the subject. Says he'll miss competing against a guy who always played the game extremely hard with an immense amount of respect. Richard Sherman, who played with Luck at Stanford, says he is an amazing teammate and an even better friend. RG3 was drafted right after Luck, tweeted about their time together as Heisman finalists. Respect, he says. As for the guy taking over under center in Indy, Jacoby Brissett calls him a guy you always want on your team. A notion T.Y. Hilton co-signs, calling him his best friend. Says he will dedicate this season to him. He also said a few more things today to our Tom Pelissero.
T.Y., take me through the emotions you've been going through the past few days since Andrew Luck retired.
I've been very emotional, I was able to have a heart-to-heart with him, and there's a lot of cries, a lot of tears, a lot of emotions, a lot of hugs, a lot of I love you, and for me personally, it meant a lot for him to tell me, but me losing my best friend, it hurts, and it still hurts, but when he's in pain, I'm in pain. So we kind of feel each other pain, and I knew we knew it was time for him to hang it up.
Did you have a sense this was possible? At what point did you believe that Andrew Luck might actually retire?
Not until we had the heart-to-heart, and he told me so. Not until then, but I wish him the best.
Everybody knows Andrew Luck. Not a lot of people know Jacoby Brissett. What's he all about?
Oh, hard, toughness. A guy that loves to bring it, shows his passion on the field. And, I can't wait to see him out there, man. It's going to be fun. We had our whole OTAs, all training camp, and he's ready. He's primed and ready, and Frank and Chris did a great job of getting his team together, and we can't wait to play.
There's a lot of people who are going to write off the Colts now. No more Andrew Luck. Inside the building, what are the expectations?
Oh, it's the same. We just take it one day at a time and just keep building and get ready for the game. So we continue to play Colts football, and we'll be fine.
All right, guys, we're talking about Andrew Luck. I mean, the timing of this. Again, right before the season starts, you've both been in circumstances where you've lost your quarterback either early in the season or heading into training camp. And Willie, we're going to start with you with the whole Drew Bledsoe injury, which opened the door.
Sounds like we heard this one before.
We've heard this one before. We've heard it. We know the story. But, I mean, to rally in that locker room, when you guys know, okay, we got something good going here. Now we lost our leader. How are we going to react to this?
Well, I think, first of all, the coaches and the staff have to do a great job of getting in front of this and talking to the team so everybody's on the same page and they know they're not shocked and surprised. They're hearing it through social media or through other people. So I think that was done the right way in our locker room. The other thing that's totally different is Drew Bledsoe was still on the team, whereas Andrew Luck is walking out of the building, retiring. He won't be there. So outside of Jacoby Brissett, that's it. Like, Andrew Luck's not on the side waiting to get healthy to come back and play. I think that's a big difference that that has to settle with his teammates and the guys and understanding that. But at the end of the day, it's not next man up because everybody's not the same. Yeah. But you have to move on as a team. You have to band together. And whatever you have to do individually to make sure you're doing your part to make sure this team is going to still be at the same level. Your job, I think you got to maintain that.
Well, D-Hall, we went through it in 07 in Atlanta. I covered the team. You were on that team when Michael Vick got indicted on those dogfighting charges. Right before training camp started, Bobby Petrino came in as a head coach. Willie talked about how the head coach and everybody got out in front of it.
Yeah.
That didn't happen in Atlanta. And the team
total opposite.
Exactly. The team burned down to ash.
Total opposite. And we paid the price for that as players in that locker room. You talk about just the constant distraction of where's Mike, or or him just leaving so abruptly. It's tough. And yeah, you talk about guys stepping up, and guys do need to step up. But you got to understand, Michael Vick was a special player. Andrew Luck is a special player.
Yep.
And so even though you'll have a guy step up who'll be able to come in there and run the offense, it won't be the same. And players in that locker room, like Willie said, they have to understand that, and T.Y. needs to step up. Every player in that locker room needs to step up and do just a little bit more, because you aren't afforded the luxury of having a guy like Andrew Luck there to kind of help steady the ship. And so it puts a lot of pressure on everybody else in that locker room, including Jacoby Brissett.
And you guys both know it puts a lot of pressure on veteran players also to absorb everything that comes with it. All right, good stuff. Lindsay?